I've noticed that lately my OnlyFans chat team has slipped a little bit. Everybody has off days. I understand. We have off weeks. We have off months. I get it. But at the end of the day, if you are always doing exactly what you should be doing, regardless of how you feel, then you will be able to maintain a high average and a good result. And I know that the reason that my team is slipping is because they are loosening their discipline. Now, to be fair, let me take responsibility. I'm sure part of that is my fault for not making them aware that they are being monitored. Maybe I have been a little absent the past couple of weeks since I've been working on the coaching arm of the business. So yes, the buck always stops with me. I understand it is ultimately my fault that they are not performing as well. I get that. However, discipline is still important. And in this video, I am going to provide some information on the importance of discipline as a chatter and why ultimately the discipline needs to come from within. It should not be the case that if I step away from a certain part of the business for 2 weeks, that part of the business drops a lot. That should not be the case. Now, to be fair, we are coming up on the end of October. This will be the best month that we have ever had. We're looking at about 85,000 as of today, October 29th. Got 2 more days. Let's say that hits 90K, let's just say. However, that doesn't mean I'm okay with a couple bad days in a row. I'm not okay with it. I'm also not okay with reports not getting turned in. I'm also not okay with screenshots of conversations not being turned in. I'm also not okay with my fucking assistant getting ignored when he reminds all of you that you need to submit your goals for the shift that day. What the fuck are you thinking that you can just not do that? I know you saw the fucking chat. Well, you just thought, oh, fuck that. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry, bro. It doesn't work like that. No. That's the rule. That is what you were supposed to do. Muster up the fucking discipline and type in some numbers and hit enter. It's not that fucking hard. Anyway, let's talk about why discipline is important as a chatter. So the most important one, we're going to start with the most important one. And the most important one is that discipline will make you outcome independent. Outcome independent. What is outcome independent? Outcome independence means that you will perform the same actions because they are the right actions regardless of the outcome. For example, if you are a chatter, you will work from whatever. You will work 10 hours, let's say. That's your shift. You're going to work 10 hours from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and you're going to work those 8 hours no matter what. You were going to sit on your fucking computer and you were going to type words to people and try to sell them shit for 10 hours no matter what. You don't feel like doing it. You don't want to do it. You're having a bad day. You're sitting there crying at your desk because your girlfriend broke up with you. Your fucking foot hurts. It doesn't fucking matter. You are going to do those things. Why? Because you have discipline. Now, what does it mean, outcome independence? It means you are going to sit there and you are going to go through the fucking motions if you have to. You are going to do what needs to be done because that's just what needs to be done. Not because I told you to, not because your boss said so, but because that is what is going to produce the desired result. So it's this weird kind of opposite effect, this weird oxymoron where it's like you're doing these things because you know that's what's going to work, yet you are detached from the outcome. Your focus should be to do the things that will give you the results. That's it. For example, if I go to the gym, I know nobody needs to discipline me to go to the gym. Nobody needs to remind me, oh, you got to go to the gym. It's 12 o'clock. It's time to go. Oh, it's time to lift some weights. No, nobody needs to remind me of that because I know that that is the correct action to take. Similarly, when I'm at home and I'm eating dinner, nobody needs to remind me I need to eat a fucking steak, or I need to eat chicken, or I need to eat some pork, or I need to eat some fucking healthy ass food. Nobody needs to tell me that that's the way to do it. And I don't go and do my workout and check my abs to see if there's an improvement. I don't eat my dinner and check to see my abs if there's an improvement for some short-term gain. No, I understand that those are the correct actions to take. And by me taking those correct actions over an extended period of time, I will reap the rewards. but I am not attached to the outcome. I'm not obsessed over my body or my bicep or my fucking leg or whatever. I am detached from the outcome because I know that I am taking the right actions. And when you're a chatter, you need to do the exact same thing. You need to know that every day you need to take the right actions. And guess what, chatter bro? It's not just about you sitting on the account and chatting. Do you want to be an average chatter who turns in shitty days? Do you want to be an average chatter who's fucking subject to his weak emotions, to the chemicals in his brain dictating his behavior? Or do you want to be fucking world class and live a world class life and make a world class income for your country? Well, the way that you need to do that is you need to instill in yourself habits that are reflective of the discipline that you have committed to in your life. That is how you need to do it. So the first reason is that discipline will make you outcome independent. You get up every day, you shave your fucking face, you put your clothes on, you set goals for the day, you fucking make your reports turned in on time, you do your job as you are instructed to do your job. All of these things, adhering to all of these things will make you better. It will make you make more money. Yes, you can still do the wrong thing and make money. You can still fuck up entirely and still get a good result, but that will be fleeting and your average will drop. Okay. It doesn't mean like, oh, well, I didn't listen to him once. I didn't set a goal once and I still made a lot of money. So that means it's bullshit. No, it doesn't work like that. The more that you fucking like, you can get you can get a good result and have done everything wrong. You can get a bad result and have done everything right. But the way that it will total up over an extended period of time is if you do everything right, you will get a much better result over time. Number 2, the importance of discipline as a chatter. Discipline is a muscle that can be strengthened, and it is also a muscle that can atrophy. Any of you who have ever worked out, or maybe you don't work out, and what does your body look like if you don't work out? Well, you're either a fat piece of shit, or you are a weak piece of shit. You're skinny, you have no muscles. Why? Because you have not trained those muscles. Discipline is a muscle. And I will give you some fucking advice, right? Well, first of all, you guys all need to read a book called Willpower by Roy Baumeister. I should buy that for my fucking chatters. Holy shit. Would they read it? They have to fucking read it. I'll make them make a fucking book report on that shit. It is an incredible book. Incredible. It's an excellent sales book, even though the author did not design it to be a sales book. I'll sum it up for you right now. Basically, this guy, Roy Baumeister, he's a psychology professor and researcher, and he studied all these people that had achieved amazing things. And all of them say that it's all due to the discipline. It's all about working hard because, let's be honest, if you achieve amazing things, talent will only get you so far. If you don't train that talent, if you don't work on that talent, you're only going to get so far. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, yeah, fine. These guys are gifted naturally, sure. But like Kobe was in the fucking gym practicing 3 times a day to get the result that he got. LeBron James, I don't know how much he practices, but I'm sure it's fucking a lot. I'm sure he eats, breathes, and sleeps fucking basketball. Michael Jordan, same shit. And a lot of what Baumeister talks about is this idea that living when these athletes or when these performers were training, because he interviewed all these famous people, when they're training for something specific, their diet is dialed in, they're working out a certain number of times per day. He says that, he interviews them and they say that like every area of their life is just going so well. Their diets are on point, they're fit, they're volunteering at fucking hospitals. They're like doing all this shit to perform at a very high level. As soon as you take that stimulus away, as soon as you take that reason away for them to maintain the discipline, they gain weight, their face breaks out, their relationships go to shit. Everything starts to break down in their life because they have allowed their discipline to weaken in one area. And the weakening of your discipline in that area allows it to weaken in other areas. And then before you know it, the entire structure falls apart. So similarly, your discipline can be strengthened and thereby your life will be fucking improved and you'll make more money and you'll give me less of a fucking headache by tightening up your discipline in certain areas. Is your place a fucking mess? Clean it up. Are you a fat slob? Go to the fucking gym. Do you eat garbage? Eat healthier food. Now, when it comes to chatting, I make my chatters do a lot of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with chatting. I don't do it because I'm a fucking crazy asshole who is like, oh, how can I fucking make these guys do more work without directly getting paid for it? Let me think how I can fucking exert my will upon them. No, that's not the reason I do it. Shockingly, not the reason. The reason I do it is because I know that every extra little thing that I do that draws their focus back to how much they need to make, the sales that they need to make, what they need to keep track of. I know that everything that I do, that I threaten to punish them if they don't do it, I know that all of those things will make them sell more. It'll make them more disciplined. Submitting a report in fucking Telegram. Yeah. Who else makes their chatters do that? I make them fucking do it. Why? Because I want them to see every day how much every sale that they made was for, how many sales they made, how many people they sold to. I want them to be faced with that information. I want them to share that information with other people. I want it to be at the front of their mind all the time. I want them to set goals at every shift. How do you know, how will you know how much to work if you don't set a fucking goal? What do you think this is? Oh, go ahead, good luck and sell as much as you feel like selling that day. No. So I'm not going to stand over you and be like, your goal is this, your goal is this. No, set the fucking goal yourself. Let it come from you. Tell everybody how much you want to sell that day. If you don't hit the goal, fine. It happens. That's okay. But set the fucking goal. You know, it's not okay. And the reason I'm making this video is because I told my assistants one of the things, so I told my chatters, I was like, okay, you guys need to set goals every day. And what I was doing is I was reminding everybody, okay, guys need to set goals. And then obviously I'm busy, I forgot, whatever. And then I told my assistant, I was like, tag every single motherfucker, tag all the closers and tell them they need to set goals. And he did it yesterday and I checked and none of them set goals. And then lo and behold, they all turned in fucking shit shifts today. And it's like, yeah, okay, I can look at it and say, oh, well, it's just one day. It's not a big deal. But like I told you about the fucking discipline breaking down, guess what? You let it break down in one area. What do you think's going to happen? Their chatting's going to turn to shit. Their reporting's going to turn to shit. Their lives are going to turn to shit. And then before you know it, I'm in fucking trouble. So like you need to nip this shit in the bud if your discipline starts to slack. Like, I promise you, just do all the peripheral shit. I don't even care how much you sell. I don't even care how much you sell. I literally don't give a fuck. But what I don't want to see is you not doing all this extra stuff that I asked you to do. Because if you're not doing all that extra stuff, then I know you're not taking your fucking job seriously. Start with all the extra stuff. I don't care. You're embarrassed. You had a bad sales day. Boo fucking who. It happens. It's the job. Okay? Do all the extra stuff. Fill out your fucking report. Submit your report on Telegram on time. Provide the screenshots of your fucking conversations that you believe went well. Provide a background for it. Fill out your fucking spreadsheet. Set a goal in the group. Announce what the goal is. Do all of that. Do all of the things that you are supposed to do that maybe don't have anything directly to do with you talking to a customer and taking money. Do all of those things anyway. They will make you a rock solid fucking salesperson. I promise you. I promise you it will. And so you want your discipline muscle to be strong. You don't want it to be weak. And the moment you start fucking letting it go is the moment it starts to get weak. I'll give you another example. Okay, this doesn't have to do with sales. I can give you plenty of examples with sales, I guess. But the one that comes to mind right now, today, these days, I do two things in my life that require a lot of discipline. I do them every single day, and I don't want to do them at all any day, ever. And those two things are, number one, I do the cold plunge at the gym, which is fucking 35 degrees. And I stay in there for 40 breaths. I do it 7 days a week. I don't give a fuck if I'm tired, if I'm not planning on working out that day, if I don't want to do it, if I'm extra cold. It does not fucking matter. I go into the fucking cold plunge. I do my 40 breaths. I get the fuck out. I wash my hair, and then I go work out. Another thing that I'm doing every single day, well, it's three things exactly, is I'm shaving my face. Do I need a fucking shaved face? Does it fucking matter if my face is shaved or not? No. How would that ever affect anything in my life? Oh, you've got a little stubble there. Who the fuck cares? What does it matter? It doesn't matter at all. It's not going to improve my life in any way to have fucking no hairs growing out of my face. But what it is going to improve is my fucking discipline. Because I said to myself, I'm going to shave my face every day. Period. I don't want to shave my face. I don't have a reason to shave my face. I'm going to fucking stay at home all day. Nobody's going to see me. Doesn't matter. I told myself I'm going to shave my fucking face every day. So I'm going to shave my face, period, for the discipline. And then the third thing, which was originally the second thing, is that I go and I do 5 approaches. I approach 5 different girls every single day, chat them up, try to get the number, try to get a date, whatever. It's not fun. It's nerve-wracking. Go fucking talking to these fucking bitches in person. No online dating. Going and doing that every single day. I set aside a specific block of time for me to do it, and I go and I approach them. Everybody can fucking hear me. Everybody sees me go and shoot my shot. I mean, now to be honest with you, I don't really fucking care anymore. It's not, I've done it so many times in the past 2 weeks that like, it's not that big of a deal. Like the cold plunge is not that big of a deal. Like working out is not that big of a deal because I'm just used to it. I've accepted that I'm going to do that. And guess what? Now that I do that, I've become outcome independent. I don't give a fuck if they fucking run away screaming. I mean, that would be a little weird, but like if they say, oh, I have a boyfriend, or if like some guy laughs at me or some girl laughs at me or the friends think I'm a fucking dork, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me anymore because I know that the reason that I'm doing it is for the work itself. The reward you get is in the work, okay? It's not that I like will get a girl's number and fuck her, maybe. It's that I went and I did the thing that I said I was going to do, which is going to make my discipline. It's number one, it's going to make my dating life better and I will get more girls more often, but it's going to make everything else in my life better because I told myself I was going to do the fucking hard thing and I went and I fucking did it. Number 3, let's talk about this one now. It'll help you make more fucking money. I told my guys today this in my chat when I saw that like none of them submitted a goal and I was like, I can't help but feel like they just don't respect me when they do stuff like that. Do they care? Do they ever think about me? Probably not, other than like if I'm breathing down their neck. But like, bro, I pay you your salary. I pay you on time. I fulfill my end of the bargain. And all I asked you to do was submit a goal. You can type in 4 like $ and 3 numbers, let's say you're only going to do in the hundreds today. Fine. I didn't say submit a high goal. I didn't say submit a goal and if you don't hit the goal, I'm going to fine you $500. I didn't say submit the goal and if you don't do it, what could I even do? I'm going to fire you. Like just submit the goal. Type it's 5 buttons you need to press and press enter. Oh, you didn't see the message? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I know you saw that fucking message. He tagged you. He tags every single one of you. And what? You guys think that you don't need to do it? What the fuck is this? What is that? Is it the only reason that I can come up with is that you don't respect me, you know? And I don't want people to work for me who don't fucking respect me. What kind of shit is that? I respect you. I pay you on time. I treat you with respect. Yeah, sometimes I fucking have to tell you where you went wrong. Sure. But like, dude, what is this? I don't know, just drove me crazy. Anyway, the point is that the reason that I have them do these things, the reason I ask them to submit a goal, and the reason I'm such a stickler about it, let's take that one specifically, for example, is because I know if I have 2 identical teams of chatters, everything's the same, accounts are the same, they're the same, skills are the same, whatever. This team sets goals every day. This team doesn't. Which team do you think is going to perform better? Which one do you think is going to do better? The one who sets the goals or the one who doesn't set the goals? What do you think? I mean, obviously the one who sets the goals is going to perform better. There's not a single fucking person on the planet who would say otherwise. They know about chatting or they don't know about chatting. If you set goals and everything else stays the same, you will outperform people who do not set goals. Period. End of fucking story. So set the goal, announce it to the world. I'm not going to yell at you if you don't hit it. If all of you had set goals and you still submitted the numbers that you submitted today, okay, fine. It is what it is. Like sometimes you have bad days, but you didn't fucking do it. You allowed your discipline to crack and then you had a shit day. So how can I not link those 2 things up? How can you not link those 2 things up? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's things like that, right? Every little thing is like that. That's why I make them fucking fill out the reports. That's why I make them submit their reports on Telegram. That's why I make them fucking screenshot the conversations. Yes, I understand it's annoying to take 20 screenshots and number them and then write a paragraph of context about what it did for you and why, you know, things went the way that they did. I understand that. I get it. Believe me, I really do understand. But it doesn't matter. Because doing those things, number one, it's going to make you a better salesperson technically, because if you're fucking smart, you can review other people's conversations and you can see other contexts in which they sold. That's number one. Number 2, it's forcing you to review your own conversations and pick the best one. So you're reviewing your own conversations, right? That's even aside from the discipline stuff. Yes, it's annoying. I get it. Guess what? It's annoying to do the fucking cold plunge. It's annoying to make these videos. It's annoying to do chat reviews. It's annoying to fucking write articles. It's annoying to post on Instagram. Everything's annoying. But what am I going to do? I'm just going to be a fucking worm. I'm going to be a fucking slug and lie in bed. Is that what you want to do? No. So step up to the fucking plate. And if you're going to do something, do it to the max. If you're going to submit a goal, if that's part of what it takes to be good, then fucking do it. It's 4 keys on the fucking keyboard. And all of these things will help you make money. Okay. Every area that you have in your life that you apply discipline to will make you better. Look, I've said this before. Okay. My chatters, they work a lot. Fine. Great. I respect that. I would rather you work less and go to the fucking gym. I would rather you work less and fucking get a hobby and stick to it. Stick to it. You don't need to work 18 hours a day to do $500. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. 8 hours is enough. It's enough. It really is. If you can only work 8 hours, fine. I'll put somebody else on your account. That's okay. I'll get more people. If you want to do $300 a day and that's all you can do in 8 hours, which I really don't think is the fucking case if you're working in prime time, but if that's the case, okay, fine. But do it with fucking discipline. Do your job the way you're fucking supposed to do it. You know, do all of these extra little things that I ask you to do, because doing them, disciplining yourself to doing them and becoming outcome independent will make you better. You will sell more. Number 4, discipline will help you break records by capitalizing on your good days, and it will help you eliminate bad days completely. So what do I mean by this? When you have discipline, and this is so this is more applied to the actual work itself. If you know that you have a system for selling, okay, and I try to teach a system, qualify, commonalities, break and rapport, transition, sell, blah, blah, blah. If you know that that's the system and you stick to the system, you AKA are disciplined to execute the system on every single subscriber, even if it seems like, you know, a guy is like, okay, fine. If he says like, I want to buy $500 worth of shit right now, okay, you don't need to slow it down. Don't go backwards. Don't be an idiot. But when you say to yourself, I am going to work all day, like I said in the beginning, I'm going to work for 10 hours, no matter what. I don't care if for the first 8 hours, I don't sell anything. If I'm on 0 until 2 hours left in the shift, it doesn't matter. I do not care. I am going to work for 10 hours no matter what. I could be on $500 by 2 hours in. I'm still going to work for those 10 hours no matter what. I don't care if I'm on $0, 8 hours in. I'm still going to work for those 10 hours no matter what. What is going to happen when somebody does that? Well, number 1, their good days are going to turn into record-breaking days. Record-breaking days. This happened to me many times when I sold fucking hair straighteners. I would tell myself every single day, this was my little motivational message that I gave to myself, was that I am going to work all day no matter what. And what ended up happening is that I would have days where some days you just get there and everybody wants to buy. That's just how it is. You don't have control over it, really. I mean, there's some things that you can do that will increase the odds in your favor. But look, if you get 5 buyers in a row who just fucking buy everything, it's random. You don't know that that's going to happen that day. You didn't wake up that Thursday and it's just your fucking lucky day. Buyers 1 through 5 showed up. They said yes to everything. They bought at the full price. They didn't try to haggle. Great. You're on $1,000. You've been there for fucking 2.5 hours. You hit your goal already in 2.5 hours. You have 2 choices when that happens. Choice number 1 is you take the rest of the day off and you're like, fuck it. I hit my numbers. I'll just check everything from my phone. What's the fucking difference? I'll half-ass it. I'll fucking, work on my, I'll play video games and casually barely answer the chats here and there. Or I'll just fucking go out and, go do something else. Who gives a fuck? I sold for $1,000. What does it matter? That's one choice. Okay. Or the second choice is you are disciplined and you stay at the fucking computer like you told yourself in the beginning and you work for the entire 10 hours. And then what do you think is going to happen in that case? You are going to ride the wave of momentum that you built up in the first, 2.5 hours of your shift, and you are going to break your fucking records. That is how this works. But you're not going to do that if you do not tell yourself what you are going to do ahead of time and stick to it. If you don't have a plan, Look, here's what it comes down to. If you do not have a plan as a chatter for what you are going to do in your shift, then you are going to do whatever you feel like doing in the moment. And as a human being, that means generally you are going to choose the thing that is going to make you feel better emotionally, and you are going to avoid the thing that will make you feel worse emotionally. And that's really what it comes down to. When you have discipline, you will consciously make a decision to choose the thing that will be better for you long term, but in the short term may cause you to experience some negative emotions. Just like the fucking cold plunge. I don't want to do the fucking cold plunge. That shit's cold. 35 degrees? What are you, fucking crazy? But the reason that I do it is because that I know when I get out of the cold plunge, I'm going to have a fucking gut-busting workout. I'm going to be twice as strong. I'm going to have twice as much endurance. I'm going to have twice as much energy throughout the day. My injuries are going to heal faster. The injuries that I have that are chronic, it's not going to fucking hurt. And everything is just going to be better. Everything. And all I have to do is just go through 2 minutes of pain, 3 minutes, 40 breaths, not even, And the same thing with the talking to girls. Like, it's not fun to do in the moment. Oh, you go, you approach. She's like, who is this fucking guy? You got to say some shit. You say some dumb shit. You forget what to say. Like, you run out of things to say. It's weird. It's awkward. Short term, it's not good. But how the fuck do you think I feel the rest of the day after I've done that? I'm fucking unstoppable. I don't fucking throw anything my way, bro. I just fucking talked to 5 random hot girls in Miami that I don't know. What? Like, you got something harder than that? There's nothing harder than that. And the point is that you got to do those things no matter what. And then number 5 is that chatting is an emotional job. Okay. Any kind of sales is an emotional job. And in an emotional job, if you do not have set guidelines, if you do not have set rules, if you do not have things in your life that will cause you to behave a certain way, right? Every time I talk about discipline, I can't help but think about the military. For those of you who have never been in the military, you're kind of lucky, but you're also kind of fucked. When you're in the military, I was in the military. I was in the Israeli army for a few years, and here is the summation of military experience. It's basically like this. You have no choice. You have no say in what you do that day or that week or that month. You have to do what people tell you to do. You have to maintain a certain appearance. You have to maintain a certain level of fitness. You have to maintain a certain level of proficiency in your skills. It's not up to you. You don't get to decide. You have to do it. If somebody says to you, here's a bucket of paint, go paint this fucking curb for 2 hours, and you're done in 10 minutes, and they said paint it for 2 hours, you're going to paint it for fucking 2 hours. It doesn't make sense, but they told you to do it, and you're going to do it. And by doing it, you are strengthening your discipline. You didn't want to do that thing. It's fucking maybe stupid to you that you had to do that thing. Maybe you painted the same fucking curb for 2 hours yesterday, but guess what? You got to fucking do it again. And what does that do? It forces you to overcome your emotions and to do the thing that you did not want to do. And it will make you stronger as a result, because the act of overcoming your emotions is very valuable. And that power will spill over into other areas of your life. And that's really what this comes down to. Chatting is not an easy job. You might talk to 100 people and you might only sell to 5. That's 5%. That means you got to talk to 20 people before one buys on average. You might talk to 40 and nobody will buy. And then you talk to 2 in a row and they both buy. But do you know how fucking hard it is to talk to those 40 people and then, none of them fucking buy? You get discouraged. You're like, shit, do I suck at this? Did I lose it? Oh man, yesterday was so good. I was like, oh, I could be a chatter forever. Oh, but now 40 people in a row just fucking, didn't like respond to me or responded with some bullshit, or they're time wasters, they're freeloaders or whatever. Oh man, maybe I just suck at this. Maybe I can't turn it around. Oh, I just had this long conversation with the guy and he wouldn't even buy for $5. What's going on? And your emotions are going to start to fuck with your head. And if you do not have the set guidelines mapped out ahead of time for what you are going to do and how you are going to run your shift, then you are going to be susceptible to the common human experience of saying, fuck this, I'm not going to do that. And your performance is going to slip. You're not going to make as much money. Your boss is going to be pissed and your life is going to suffer. And I don't want that for you, especially if you work for me, because I'm your boss. And I don't want your life to suffer. I want you to have a good life, bro. I want you to make tons of fucking money. I want you to make money every day. I want you to be fucking rolling in it. Okay? But you can't do that unless you adhere to this discipline every fucking day. I'm very serious about this. Great talk. Okay. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you think about that. Hit me up for coaching, subscribe, like, comment. I'll see you in the next one.